What's going on? We back here on Past Speaks. Got a clip from Fox Sports Radio, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. Title reads, Basketball Guys Cheated Us of Kyrie Irving's Redemption Story. And that definitely caught my attention, so I wanted to see what they were talking about, because recently Kyrie Irving tore his ACL, and that's fucking crazy, man. My nigga gone. Yeah, the Mavericks dreams the Mavericks dreams and aspirations are no more. That ain't funny, but yeah. Go ahead and throw this season down the drain, Dallas, and get ready for next year, man. And I doubt Kyrie even is back, you know what I mean, at the beginning of the at the start of the season next year. He'll probably come back after All-Star break or something. Kyrie always hurt though, man. Injuries have been a problem with him for a long time, going back to when he played at Duke. He only played like 11 games for Duke. Then he came back in late in the season. I want to say he led them to maybe the Sweet 16 or the second round of the tournament. But that was it. And then he got drafted #1 to the Cavaliers. But let's see what Rob Parker and them talking about.
All right, let's get here. We had the terrible news last night.
We were watching it here yesterday.
Yes, we were. The TV's always on and the games are on and stuff as we do the show to keep updated with what's happening in the world of sports. And, of course, the unfortunate Kyrie Irving with the Achilles, right?
No, it's the ACL.
ACL, I'm sorry.
Yeah, ACL.
ACL, he's out. It's going to be, Rob G, what'd you say? At least like a year, 9 months, and then another...
9 months to a year standard recovery for an ACL. That's not counting the ramp-up time to become yourself. So realistically,
could be.
We're looking at the 2026 season to see return to form.
To see him back to where we are. And I'm going to just say this. I mean, you know, the basketball gods, they cheated us of what could have been a fantastic redemption story for Kyrie. He's been through all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. He's the guy who we've seen hit one of the greatest shots, the one that capped the 3-1 comeback against the Warriors, that choke job by Steph Curry and company.
I've been thinking about getting a new credit card, but I'm kind of nervous it's going to mess up my credit score before I even apply.
I just wanted to add to that. I say this all the time, man. Kyrie Irving is the real MVP of that 2016 NBA Finals, man. And that shot really solidified it. Kyrie Irving was a problem that whole series, man. Scoring in an array of ways. And that's the reason why they won, man, is because Kyrie Irving was playing at a high level and doing his thing, because the Golden State Warriors couldn't do anything with Kyrie Irving, man. They knew how to pretty much stop, contain, or guard. You know, they knew how to guard, contain, and stop LeBron James. They didn't have an answer for Kyrie Irving, man. And yeah, Steph Curry did choke. He really pissed me off. There was a pass where late in the game, he threw it behind his back and just went out of bounds. And I just thought that was just stupid. Like, you're an MVP. You've been playing at a high level all season. And then you do something like that. I'm like, Steph, are you fixing the game, my nigga? You know something we don't? But yeah, Kyrie Irving is the real MVP of the 2016 NBA Finals, man.
He also is just a tremendous ball handler, finisher at the rim. Just when he is healthy, one of the best guys you want to watch play basketball, period. He got jobbed out of being in the top 75. I still to this day, and I think it's because of the other stuff.
I agree.
Right? Because it ain't basketball. It ain't basketball.
What's the accolades? And I love Dame, but what does
Nothing.
Dame have
Zero.
over him?
Zero.
Kyrie's a champion, been to, 3 finals, 2-3 finals?
Zero.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And Dame's great, but not what was...
Kyrie has a signature shot and moment in NBA history.
Iconic.
How's he not in the top 75? But that's another story.
Yeah.
And I just really felt like with AD, I'm not saying for sure they're going to win a championship, but did we think last year that Minnesota was going to beat Denver?
Right.
No, we did not. And look where they were. at a chance at getting to the finals, correct?
Oh, yeah.
So I just thought AD and Kyrie are a perfect match. They go together. Sometimes we talked about Phoenix, adding people together. Doesn't mean that they always mesh, even though they're three individually really good players, star players. But Kyrie
And I said that in previous videos, man. Just because you put three good players together doesn't mean they're going to have chemistry or be good together or mesh, like he's saying. And that's true. You got to put the right players together. And I agree also that Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis would have been a problem. And we saw it, a glimpse of it, and that's what's crazy, man. And the same thing happened when Kyrie Irving was in Brooklyn. It's the curse of LeBron James, man. But we saw a glimpse of it when Dallas played their first and only game, really first and only half with the two together. They were hooping. And Anthony Davis was on his way to a triple-double in the first half of that game. Then he gets hurt on a non-contact injury. That's always scary. Out indefinitely. We don't know when Anthony Davis is coming back. And now Kyrie Irving's going with an ACL. And we know that's going to take a minute to recover from. And on top of that, Lively and Gafford are out. Yeah, the Mavericks are done, man. Klay Thompson. What you gonna do, bro?
AD, we got AD gets hurt right away. He's going to come back, but now Kyrie's lost. And I feel sick to my stomach that, again, here's something that we could have gotten from the NBA, and here's another opportunity that we're not going to be able to see, and the basketball gods let me down.
Yeah, man. Wow, there's a lot to get to. When you watch something, sometimes I think we get so caught up in what we do, you forget the actual just enjoyment, entertainment of something. And that is what Kyrie has been for so many years. Just aesthetically watching Kyrie play basketball is literally like watching Prince in his prime perform, or Michael Jackson, or Paul McCartney, or Whitney Houston, or Aretha Franklin, whoever your jam is. Like, he is pure artistry, and we all love it. We all marvel. He's one of those rare players that old heads, young heads all agree, man, that boy's got it. You know what I mean? People don't argue. There's no debate. Like, he's one of the most skilled, and many people say the most skilled player they've ever seen. Just pure skill, not accolades, not career. But once again, there's something about Kyrie's career where it's derailed, and this just has happened throughout it. When he was with Cleveland before LeBron came back, it was just kind of meaningless basketball, if you will. He was playing well, but team wasn't winning. They weren't on national games, but you always knew, man, that's that kid up there who can play. Goes with LeBron, they go on a run, they go to a couple of finals, they win one. You mentioned it, epic shot, the epic comeback. He's playing great. You think, woo, they might be able to make a run at this. He decides to leave. He says he leaves because I want to be on my own, kind of like Kobe and Shaq. I want to do it on my own. I want to do this. I don't want to be I'm not going to be sunned. I'm equal. Later on, he would say, I should have stayed. I should have stuck with him. We could have maybe continued.
Now, they say that he wanted to be on his own or whatever. And I think that was a mistake. People need to stop doing that, man. But, I mean, to be fair to Kyrie Irving, he was doing his thing before LeBron James got there. What's crazy is he got drafted to the Cavaliers #1. They were moving on from LeBron James. He was doing his thing. Exciting, great player, like Kelvin Washington was saying. The nigga's game is beautiful to watch, man. He is, pound for pound, one of the best basketball players ever. We're just talking about basketball playing. He's definitely one of the best basketball players we've ever seen. But he comes to the Cleveland Cavaliers, does his thing. LeBron sees that. He decides, okay, I'm going to leave Miami because I'm done using Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh in this system. So let me go. And I don't really see a future here, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, build on what we got going on. And me being the great player that I am, they can still build around me and bring and definitely get players to come to Miami. But no, I'm going to go ride Kyrie's coattail. And, you know what I'm saying, mooch off of his energy and his momentum, and also going to bring Kevin Love in. But that's another story. But you do that, and now Kyrie Irving wants to leave Cleveland. And the reason why he wanted to leave Cleveland is because LeBron James was in the front office advocating for him to be traded, I think, to get Chris Paul. I believe that was the story. So, nigga, LeBron James ran Kyrie Irving out of Cleveland, man. Or, yeah, a lack of a better word, ran Kyrie out of Cleveland. I don't think Kyrie really wanted to leave. I think that's just a narrative they were saying to protect LeBron James, talking about he wanted to leave and do it on his own. Yeah, he had said, I'm sorry, or now I know how LeBron feels, or whatever the case. And that may have been how he felt as far as, well, I want to go do it on my own, or whatever the case. And they didn't want to make it a big controversial thing about LeBron advocating for him to be traded. So maybe Kyrie just went with that narrative, you know what I'm saying, for public relations. So he's saying, yeah, I just want to do it on my own, and now I see what LeBron is talking about when he played for Cleveland. I mean, sorry, when he ended up playing for Boston. The thing is, man, where I'm getting at is that was Kyrie Irving's team, man. Then LeBron comes, now Kyrie Irving is playing for other teams where he really should be still in Cleveland. Maybe he'd have been traded by now. Maybe he would have left, but he was forced out. I don't believe he wanted to just go off and do things on his own and shit like that. I just don't believe that, man.
You'd have some magic. It got weird in Boston where he was really good, but the team wasn't feeling him, and it got weird. It wasn't meshing. Personalities were clashing, so they didn't work out there. Then the big three happens in Brooklyn. That doesn't work. Injuries, suspensions, COVID, not wanting to get vaccinated. Other stuff brings up with the media and his faith and people kind of not understanding what he's saying. He didn't articulate it. Point being, there was always something with Kyrie that holds it back from Kyrie just being at his best self. And to your point, he has seemed to become a refined version of himself off the court. He is extremely well-spoken, fully aware where he is as a person in his personal life, playing some of the best basketball lately. And you think, all right, maybe the Lakers won the full, the long-term view of this trade, but dang it, maybe the Mavs won the short-term. Maybe for the next 2 years, Kyrie and AD.
I'm Janice Torres.
And I'm Austin Hankwitz.
We're the hosts of Mind the Business, Small Business Success Stories, a podcast brought to you by
2 years, Kyrie and AD.
Man, that's that LeBron curse, man. Kyrie Irving was straight until he played with LeBron, man. Then it's like when he started playing with LeBron and after, he just started experiencing unfortunate things, man. It's crazy. There's some validity to that curse, man. There is some validity to that curse, boy.
Can try to get to a championship. AD goes down day one. Now Kyrie's down, and it's just like another opportunity where it's going to be hard, Rob, to tell the legacy of Kyrie. You know what I mean? Like, he may never make a top 75 because what will he have done to add to it?
No, it's definitely derailed his career and
you know
his
what I mean?
legacy
And it's
going
like
forward.
you had to be there to see him. But
and when he comes back, he's 33, right? And he's coming off a major
another injury and just
right.
Yeah.
And it's just another setback, and it's a shame because I think he's a very talented player, one of the all-time greats. Had he stayed healthy, had he been a little more stable, I'm not saying he couldn't move around or
just,
free agency.
It's too much.
But yeah, had he been in probably 2 places or something, he probably would be. The way they put up statues now, they probably would have a statue ready to put
at least
him up.
working on it. Yeah,
exactly. So it's disappointing.
He's kind of Kawhi-like, where
Kawhi though won twice in 2 different places.
Yeah, I meant you can't, like, how good could Kawhi have been if he was fully healthy? Not fully. Everybody gets nicked up and injured at times. But say 85%.
Kawhi would have been even bigger.
I agree.
Because I do believe that had he won the one with the Clippers, you would have three championships.
Yeah.
3 different
With 2 franchises
and
you
2
didn't see that
franchises
coming.
that never won.
Yeah.
Like, you would put yourself, he would be You'd have in rarefied air.
Yeah, he's better singularly.
Yeah, that's what
he's
I mean.
better than Kyrie. But what I mean is the storytelling of their career. It's going to be difficult. Like, no, you don't understand how good this person was. Well, I mean, no. I know he was hurt and this happened. And he switched teams and, and getting into it with people and Boston didn't work out. But you don't understand how good Kyrie was. You don't understand how good Kawhi was. They're in that category to me of like, the story of their career won't be as good as if you actually watched them and saw it. Do you get what I mean? Like the Jordan story is amazing and it's just great. And LeBron's going to be great and Kobe's going to be great. Like their story will be, it doesn't do justice to how good they were. That's my point. And we're coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios having a conversation about Kyrie Irving. And the unfortunate news, out for the rest of this season, probably going to be a large portion of next season with a torn left ACL. And the conversation really is that
the thing with the torn ACL in regards to Kyrie Irving's game, he needs that mobility, man, and stability for his game to be as potent as it is, or as it can be. And it's like, man, some people can bounce back from an ACL and still be cool. Like I tore my ACL in 2010. I actually dunked on somebody and came down on it wrong. So it was crazy, man. Dunked on a nigga, played for, I was going to a school named Central State. Playing for them, Elizabeth City State. They had just beat us the game before in their gym. They came to ours. It was a big game, hype. We were beating their ass. And I was just so hype about it, man, because they beat us. We really should have beat them there. But come down on it was kind of like a 2-on-1. Teammate passed me the ball. I just went up on this dude right under the rim, dunked on him, came down wrong on my shit, tore my ACL, man. But I had surgery, recovered, and was still playing basketball, still myself, at a high level. I've also torn my Achilles in 2018. Came back from that, still playing at a high level. So I said it to say, man, you can bounce back from an ACL or an Achilles in these times. Not so much back in the day, but in these times you can bounce back. But Kyrie Irving's game, as shifty as he is and as crafty as he is, he might not be the same. Now, he's still going to be good because he's skilled and he can shoot. And he's a smart basketball player. Serious, bro? Man, gotta be kidding me, bro. You have got to be kidding me.
ACL. And the conversation really is, did the basketball gods rob us of the Kyrie redemption story, a chance to lead this team, the Mavericks, along with Anthony Davis when he came back, to maybe a playoff run? Also just his greatest as a whole and through all the things he's been through. 877-99 on Fox, taking your calls. Who we got?
All right, Marty.
All right, so that's the end of that video. And yeah, man, it's unfortunate about Kyrie Irving. That's unfortunate with Kyrie Irving, man. Tore his ACL. He can bounce back, but, and like I was saying before I was interrupted, he can bounce back, but to play at the level he can is going to be tough, because when Derrick Rose tore his ACL, he was never the same. And their games are kind of similar in regards to like I said, there's shiftiness and craftiness. So we'll see how Kyrie bounces back, man. It's unfortunate, man. And it's definitely unfortunate for the Mavericks and the Mavericks fans, man. I feel for you out there in Dallas. But, you know, he'll be all right. And shit, man. The curse of LeBron James is real, man. That's all I got.